There are said to be about 2,000 Elvis Presley imitators and impressionists today. One of those who has been around the longest is Johnny Harra, performing Presley tunes for the past 26 years. Although he never met personally Elvis Presley, seeing Presley in concert more than a dozen times has helped him with his show.
Well, it got started with me singing gospel music. My dad was a minister, and I just loved Elvis's music, and one day that one of his songs came on the air, and I started singing to it, and next thing you know, it just came natural to me.
I just can't stand this away. Hold me close and never let me go.
A big career move for Harra was in the making of the movie This Is Elvis, following the entertainer's death.
I feel great and honored because I was chosen, by the Presley family to do the movie This Is Elvis. It's the only film that was filmed there at Graceland, and that movie was blessed by the family, and it did feel very strange. I remember I walked in and Elvis's maid, she just broke down crying, and I remember being upstairs, and I played the last years of his life.
And so a majority of the nights in every week is spent bringing back a part of the legend of Elvis Presley.
Every time you look at me, I'm as helpless as can be. I've become a puppet on a string. You can do most anything with me.
As far as me resembling Elvis, I leave it up to the people to decide whether I do or not. I just go out and do what I love to do best, and I love to sing, I love to entertain, and that's it.
A lot of people were shocked at the death of Elvis Presley, and perhaps with your act you're able to relive a little part of his career where maybe Elvis Presley isn't totally dead, where his music lives on not only through his records, but by going in person and seeing a concert like this. Do you look at your show that way?
Yes and no. What I want to do is I want to, base out on my own songs. In fact, I got a record out now that's Like You and Love Me Up. I've got another record coming out shortly, and but as far as I'm sorry, sir, go ahead.
I was just wanting to ask. No, that's okay. We won't use that.
I can't. What'd you ask? That's what I was going to ask.
Okay, the show, as far as does this allow the legend of Elvis Presley to live on? Do you think that's why a lot of people come to watch?
Oh yes, because a lot of people tell me that they never got a chance to see Elvis in concert, and they want to see what he was like. What did he do on stage? What made him so great? And I'm not the only one. There's over 2,000 Elvis impersonators, and I feel great and honored because I was chosen, by the Presley family to do the movie This Is Elvis, and Elvis knew of me. Hader was never offended by what it was. In fact, he thought it was one of the greatest. What's that word? To be able to sing like him and do the things that he does, and he thought that was great. I can't think of the word, but if you know what it is, stick it in there.
Okay. So you never had a chance to meet him, and did you get to see him?
No, sir. I saw him about 13 times, sir, in person, and it was each time I saw him was just great. He was just fantastic, and one time at the Nicholas Arena in Denver in '76, I remember the paper, Rocky Mountain News, mistake me for Elvis and put me on the front page, and people got a kick out of that. I got a kick out of it too. I went out and spent about $50 just on papers, because I couldn't believe it. It was different.
Sure. What was it like playing the part of Elvis Presley the last couple of years of his life in the movie? It must have been a little strange feeling to walk into Graceland.
Yes, it was. It's the only film that was filmed there at Graceland, and that movie was blessed by the family, and it did feel very strange. I remember I walked in and Elvis's maid, she just broke down crying. And I remember being upstairs, and I played the last years of his life, and just before he died, where Elvis played racquetball with Ginger. And then I come walking up. They cut quite a bit of it out, and then the ambulance ride is the thing that really scared me a lot. They really wanted it to be real, and it was real. But they cut it out, but they finally put it back in, and the uncut version is on television, or it's on the movies. You can rent it now. It's the uncut version of the movie This Is Elvis. And I got a chance to talk to Elvis's bodyguards, and even not Vernon, but Vester at the gate. Remember, back in 1965, he took me up to the gate, took me up to Elvis's gates, and when Elvis was home, and no one could go up there, and he took me up there anyway, because he was amazed when I was younger. If you saw those pictures, he said, maybe you might look out the window and see you. I might invite you in, but nothing happened like that. I just wanted to take a movie picture of me, movie thing of me being there, and that was it.
What did it do to your career with the death of Elvis Presley? Did it help it or hurt it?
Well, I have to say that I don't want to say that it helped it, but I guess it did. Of course, I was doing really good before. I worked here many years ago at the, total years altogether. I've been doing it for 26 years, sir. But I tell the people in my show that, like you saw last night, that no matter what I do, there's never going to be another Elvis Presley. And I thank God for the talent, which is the talent which is given to me, that I can share with him. And I did my very best to entertain him, like I said earlier, that it seems to make him happy. But you always get people that I think that you think that you're Elvis Presley, but that's why that I say what I say. And if I remember right, even way back then, when I was on the radio station, one of the radio stations here, I told the same thing that I said now. I enjoy doing what I'm doing, and it's just one of those unfortunate things that happened, that no one knew. Everybody thought that Elvis was immortal, that he could never die. Just how could anybody like that leave us? And I really do. I just thank God that I have that He gave me the talent that I can. It's either that or drive a truck. And
Elvis did that too.
Yes, he did. See, I love to sing and driving a truck. I like driving a truck. In fact, I have a motorhome and I drive my own motorhome. I have people that travel with me and they want to drive, but I feel more at ease when I'm at the steering wheel. I just feel I like to drive my own.
Let me touch on one other
Yeah.
and then we'll wind her up here. There's been an awful lot of things that have been written about Elvis Presley by Sonny West and a lot of other people that they claim they knew Elvis Presley. A lot of good things, happy times, a lot of bad things, sad times. What do you think about all this that's been said and done by Elvis Presley since he died?
Well, I would say that the bodyguards that Elvis let go, there was good reason for it, according to the inside sources that I came across. They were doing things that, that they would just do a lot of things. I really don't want to say, it'd be just hearsay of what somebody else said. But as far as
I just wondered if you try and block out the negative things like a lot of people do and just think about the positive things, or you try and balance them both out?
well, see, Elvis was to me was the greatest of all times, entertainer. The things that they say that he did, we all have our so-called back holes or whatever. And just that he was a very famous person, and everybody just seemed to want to get on the bandwagon. Everybody wanted to write a book and tell what they thought, and they, of course, how they read the books, they add something else to make Elvis look bad. I truly don't believe all of it. I just can't believe the man being that kind of a person. I've talked to a lot of people. I just can't believe he was a very humble, very, very polite, very nice. He's a man to get along with. Sure, we all have tempers. He might have blew up a few times. He might have good reason to. But he was under a lot of pressure. He had a lot of people that were wanting him to do this and do that, and it was you just wouldn't believe the things that man was under. So I can understand the reason why that he did the things that he did, but I don't want to say what he did because I wasn't there, but I just knew what other people told me, that with the drugs like that, I guess I don't think that he really, I think everything was taken by prescription, and just like everything else, he probably got just a little carried away, but I don't think he meant to do anything wrong with himself.
Finally, one thing, what happens when you walk down the street in Casper, Wyoming, or Denver, Colorado? Is it hard to get around like it was for Elvis, or not?
No, sir, it's not. It's very easy for me to get around. It's nice when people recognize me or say that, you resemble Elvis Presley, or you hear people say you don't look like Elvis at all. Like I said, it's really in the eyes of the beholder. People think what they want. And the same goes with my singing. I go on stage and I do the best that I know how to do, and they seem to like it, but you can't please everybody. That if we could, it'd be a different world, wouldn't it?